Hello ladies and gentlemen, live from Hyde, 49 coming at you with another community shoutcast. I'm just about to join into the draft between Paddy's Pubstomp up against Team Blink. Should be a pretty interesting best of 2 series. Computer started to lag out a bit, alrighty. And so Blink so far off to a very dominating start. I think they're currently the favourites in the Target Dota League Group 1. So far they're currently leading with 2 wins for none so far. This is their 3rd game of the series, so we'll see if we can hold on to that spree. Just going to log out quickly from chat. Okay, and away we go. So introducing the players over in Team Paddy's, we've got Hugh Honey, their captain, Vic Vinegar, Mantis Toboggan MD, Artemis, and Naughty North. Over on Team Blink, we have their captain and mid player, Snow, Yoshi, their 5-position player, Z, their secondary support player, Z, their offlaner, DDY, their secondary support player, and Flash, their tri-lane carry. And so Paddy's is currently leading with the first ban. We'll see who they choose to ban out. I believe Blink Dota's been running a lot of Lycan recently, so there could be a potential Lycan first ban just to screw with Blink Dota strategies. However, it's a very versatile team. They've got a lot of heroes up their sleeve. You can't really ban out all the heroes they can play. You can only hope to limit their draft.
5 seconds remaining. And
so we've got a Pudge first ban, and Snow does play a lot of Pudge. Not too sure if it was worthy of the first ban. I believe Paddy's Pubstomp actually banned out Pudge in the yesterday's series against Team Struggle. Ember Spirit first ban. Blink Dota really do not like playing against the Ember Spirit. If they can't pick it up, they say no. You can't have him, and as Radiant side have that first pick, they decide to take it safe, ban out that Ember Spirit. So already you see that both teams have banned out the mid lane, as they know that the tri lane, you can't really, since there's 3 heroes in it, you ideally just want to ban out core position heroes on the off lane and mid lane with your first few drafts.
5 seconds remaining.
And we've got the Nature's Prophet, another hero that Blink Dota love to run that off lane. And Invoker is a secondary ban. Blink Dota really don't like playing against that Invoker as well. He's often this mainstay secondary ban. Paddy's has got that first pick. One of the reasons for that is the sheer amount of teamfight power that Invoker brings, especially with the change to his QW. Builds with EMP now draining 550 mana with a slightly longer delay, as well as the increased speed in Ghost Walk. We've got the Crystal Maiden being picked up as the first pick. It's a pretty standard draft. She offers a lot to the team in the early games. We've got Ancient Apparition from Blink, so it looks like they could be going for their tri-range combination. We've got the Shadow Shaman coming out as well. Ancient Apparition is probably the secondary king of the tri-lane. With that Chilling Touch, with 3 ranged heroes, you're in for a lot of hurt. Earthshaker picked up for Paddy's Pubstomp. They used this not too much of a great effect yesterday in the game against Team Struggle, but we'll see how it works out, especially in conjunction with that Crystal Maiden. If they do opt to go for a tri-lane, they've got the Earthshaker to follow up with that 1300 range Fissure, Crystal Maiden to run up and Frost Nova them, follow up with Frostbite. If they could get a good Fissure block off, they should go down. Or hell, even just using the Earthshaker to initiate with that long-range stun.
5 seconds remaining.
Moving over to the 3rd ban for the Radiant side. Looks like they're going to dip into a bit of their reserve time.
Reserve time.
Quite surprised that teams are allowing Blink Dota to pick up their Ancient Apparition and not banning him out. They do know the power of the Chilling Touch by now. They know that Blink Dota love to run Ancient Apparition, especially in that offensive tri-lane. And from the look of it, they could run for something especially like the Mirana with that Shadow Shaman, with that Ancient Apparition. It's a very potent combination. Ancient Apparition can slow them down with the Ice Vortex, Shadow Shaman runs up for the Hex or the Shackle, Mirana follows up with the Arrow, and whoever's at the receiving end is dead. Not much they could do against that level of burst power. They decided to ban out the Weaver, also an excellent pick up the Ancient Apparition, as he has high mobility from Sakuchi, meaning that he'll be able to get off all 3 or 4 hits from that level 1 Chilling Touch. Yeah, it's 3 attacks to level 1, so 150 from magic damage coming up from him, coupled with the fact that he has Gemini attack to provide an extra level of burst physical DPS. 3rd ban coming up from Blink Dota, so we can see from Paddy's Pubstomp that they're choosing to ban out heroes on all 3 lanes so far. Weaver can be run in the off lane, although it's not really recommended as he does get shut down very easily by sentry wards. He's traditionally used in the tri lane, especially in light of the fact that Blink Dota do have that Ancient Apparition and Shadow Shaman combination. They've gone for a nice ban, excellent ban, especially against that Ancient Apparition and Shadow Shaman, as both of them are relatively slow, can't do anything to deal with Nikes once he rages, and that means that those 2 are forced to build 4 staffs in order to kite their Nikes around. By banning out that Nikes, that means that the support save, all that gold they could spend that 4 staff, can use that to instead go for an early mech, maybe pick up something like a Blink Dagger for that Shadow Shaman, and Aghanim Scepter for the Ancient Apparition if you get some farm. Moving over into the 4th ban, that Queen of Pain. Good synergy there, especially with that Ancient Apparition, the high amount of magical burst damage coming out from her Scream as well as her ult, with Ancient Apparition able to JFK snipe people across the map with that Ice Blast. And the high amount of AoE nukage that Queen of Pain provides, in conjunction with the Ether Shock from Shadow Shaman, means that they can push down towers very rapidly. She screams, he zaps, throws down the wards, takes out the tower really easily. Moving to the 4th ban for Blink Dota.
5 seconds.
It looks like they're banning heroes that... The first 2 heroes are heroes they don't like playing against. The third one was more of a ban against the heroes they have. So they're dipping into a bit of their reserve time. They ban out that Outward Destroyer. That's another hero that Blink Dota really don't like to play against, just because of the fact that it wedges their picks into a corner. They have to pick certain heroes to counteract that. Bristleback 3rd pickup looks like he will be the offlaner. He can operate in a tri-lane, but he does need early levels in order to be really effective with that points up in the Quill Spray, and so he most likely will be heading off to the offlane. We'll see how well he fares against that Mirana, Ancient Apparition, Shadow Shaman combination. This is a very powerful tri-lane that Blink Dota really love to run, especially with Ancient Apparition's Chilling Touch. Mirana, similar to that Weaver, is excellent in the fact that because she has that leap, now also providing that attack speed buff from where she jumps, meaning that she's negating the negative attack speed debuff coming up from that Chilling Touch. 3 heroes about 600 range each. If all of them get that Chilling Touch up, which they easily can, that's a lot of magic damage coming out from the dire side of their tri-lane. Crystal Maiden especially is in for one hell of a fight. Looks like Blink Dota has picked up Slark. Usually they prefer to ban out Slark in the 1st or 2nd ban, but in this case they replaced with the Ember Spirit. Slark looks like a mid lane Slark in this case, however he can be run in the off lane, so it depends on their 5th pickup. And they've picked up Kunkka. So it looks like a Kunkka tri-lane most likely with Crystal Maiden and the Earthshaker. He can go mid, but Kunkka against Slark, Slark will almost always win, as he can land those easy pounces, can use the Essence Ship to drain a few stats, and follow up that Dark Pack to do a lot of harassment damage to the Kunkka. We'll see if Kunkka goes for the build a lot of Chinese players likes to go, which is 1 in the Torrent, 1 in the Tidebringer, 2 points up in that X-Master spot, just to be able to ensure that the Torrent always lands, and then going for more points over into the Tidebringer, leaving Torrent at 1. A few players do like to go for that 3rd point over in X-Master spot, but that's just completely a matter of preference, as all it does is increases the range. We've got 5th ban on the Luna on the Dire side and Juggernaut over on the Radiant side. They know the power of the Juggernaut, especially in this case, since they do have that Slark pickup as well as Mirana, so either Mirana or Slark can go into the off lane and Juggernaut can go into the mid position or into the tri lane. They weren't too big a fan of him yesterday when Struggle employed the Juggernaut offensive tri lane against them. And the Luna ban is pretty self-explanatory. She provides a hell of a lot of damage. All she really needs is the BKB in order to Deathball and fight. And with that Kunkka, with that Bristleback, who are also there to act as frontline targets, you don't want to have to deal with the sheer amount of magical burst damage coming out. If they do send that Kunkka mid, they can have a Luna tri-lane with the Crystal Maiden and the Earthshaker. High amount of magic power, high initiation ranges. Lucent Beam is about 700 range. Means that they can attempt to contest the tri-lane. And for the 5th ban, it looks like they're deliberating a bit there, as they can look to pick up an off-lane hero or a mid hero and rotate around the Mirana or the Slark. Blink Dota have a very flexible lineup. The only 2 guaranteed things we know for now is the fact that Ancient Apparition and Shadow Shaman will be in lane. And it looks like they picked up the Timbersaw. So Timbersaw off lane, Slark in the middle lane, Mirana in conjunction with the Ancient Apparition and the Shadow Shaman. And over Paddy's Pubstomp, it looks like the Bristleback will be facing off against the Timbersaw. Timbersaw is an excellent counter pick to the Bristleback, as traditionally in a 1v1 situation, Bristleback does get a lot of farm. It is very difficult to bring down just because of how tanky he is and the fact that you constantly throw out Quill Sprays to your face. Timbersaw counteracts this with that Whirling Death reducing the primary stat by 15%. Against a strength hero, and particularly a strength melee hero that has to eat those Whirling Deaths, very detrimental. Timbersaw with that high amount of pure damage can cut through Bristleback, and once he hits level 6, his kill power increases dramatically. The one drawback to the Timbersaw is he does need a fair amount of farm for an offlane to be really effective. He needs that Arcane Boots if he wants to start ganking. He can gank without them, but his ganking power is highly limited, especially with the increase to the Chakra and mana cost. For the 5th pick for Paddy's Pubstomp, they have their offlane sorted out, so it looks like they're going for the Sniper. Bit of an interesting pickup. They could potentially go for a Sniper offlane. Admiral Bulldog likes to do this a lot. They could go for the Sniper tri-lane with Crystal Maiden and the Earthshaker, 2 heroes to bodyguard really effectively. Or they can even throw in mid. The Bristleback most likely will be going to the offlane, as he didn't offer much in mid or in the tri-lane, but the Kunkka and the Sniper can be interchanged. And so we're just loading into the game right now. There we go. So we've got a level 1 smoke pickup from the Shadow Shaman. The supports of Blink like to do this a lot. Also notice that he's picked up the Sentry Wards. He's going to use that to de-ward the defensive ward placed out by the Radiant side. It actually might look like a Slark tri-lane and maybe a Mirana mid. Yeah, it looks like a Mirana mid. Snow has picked up the runner. He's their mid player. And so Slark tri-lane, this is a bit interesting. I would have thought that the Slark would go into the middle lane, as they would anticipate the fact that it could be a Kunkka, but it looks like they believe that now Sniper will be going mid, so Sniper mid off against Mirana. Advantage actually sort of goes towards the Sniper in this sense, just because Mirana has very low base damage in comparison to the Sniper. He has an instant projectile speed, very fast attack point, if he's a bit better at last hitting than the Mirana in terms of hero skill, he can use the mechanical advantages inherent in the Sniper, which is that superior range, superior animation, and superior damage. In this case, he's picked up a lot of stat items. Bristleback going to be going 1v3 over in the safe lane, so he'll be up against the offensive kill lane of Blink. Should be interesting to see. Slark offers a lot more to this tri-lane than the Mirana in the sense that he can use Pounce, which is a bit easier to land, especially against the melee hero, the Bristleback. Whenever he's going for a CS, if Bristleback is a bit too close, can pounce him, give space and time for the Shadow Shaman to walk up with a shackle. Vic Vinegar hanging around. Looks like he's going to go place a ward, but is spotted out by Yoshi. Yoshi has vision of him, has got that level 1 chilling touch. Just simply beating on Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden went for the Crystal Nova at level 1. In a bit of trouble, but it looks like she should be fine. Just going to take a few right clicks. Illusion Rune picked up by Flash. Oh, he's picking it out. And he grabs it. Bit of a misplay there by Yoshi. Wasn't able to block all the creeps. So the creep equilibrium is pretty standard. And Slark, it could be a rotation. Looks like Slark is going to be the offlane solo. So we have potentially a Timbersaw tri-lane. Looks like a level 1 gank against Sniper. It's the biggest drawback with Sniper is he's extremely easy to gank. He's very slow, very low HP, relatively low armor. If he's caught out of position, especially against the Shadow Shaman and Ancient Apparition combination, with that shackle, arrow can fly out from snow. With that chilling touch, they can simply right-click him down. Isn't an awful lot he can do. They're waiting there patiently. Sniper should be a little bit worried. Looks like they're going in. DDY follows up with the shackle, tanking a lot of tower heads. Chilling touch is thrown out, and it looks like Hugh Honey's going to go down. There we go. First blood given to Yoshi. DDY taking a lot of damage there. Could have potentially gone down to the tower, but he was able to back away, recognizing that he could go down if he stayed around for too long. Looks like Slark off lane. Although the supports can rotate over to help him out. It's gone for that second point over in that Essence ship. Timbersaw's going 1v2. A lot of his power is mitigated when he's facing another hero. He wants to be in that 1v1 situation. So good awareness there from Paddy's, recognizing that if they send that Crystal Maiden over to harass that Timbersaw, be to give Bristleback a bit more space to farm. Hopefully be to use that to help him carry through. And we've got Kunkka over in the tri-lane. Gone for a pretty standard build so far. One in Tidebringer, one in the Torrent, facing off against Flash. Flash should be fine, as he's got that leap if he does get called out by the Fissure. And he has that Dark Pact if he sees Kunkka waving a sword, so he can debuff that Torrent. Hugh Honey going for a bit of harassment against Blink. In terms of CS so far, we've got 6 for 1 on the Timbersaw. Excellent amount of CS from an offlane hero, especially in a 1v2 situation. Purely coming up from the fact that he can spam out that Whirling Death, use that to get CS. 5 for 1 over... Oh, looks like Hugh Honey actually ate an arrow to the face, but not too much going to happen there. 5 for 2 over in the Sniper. He's off to a pretty good start. He's got, aside from that level 1 death from that rotation, going in for a bit of harassment. He has gone for that level 1 point in Shrapnel, so he's got 1 in all of his abilities now. We'll see if he chooses to max out Shrapnel, as a lot of mid snipers like to do this, especially with the increased range. You can throw it out to harass a tower whenever it's off cooldown. It's got about 1,800 range now. Excellent spell to use to just pressure out the mid lane, especially if you go for that bottle. And Sniper, especially with the take aim changes right now, 650 range, so he gets a secondary point and take aim, 750, so he's gone for that. It means he outranges the tower, can get a lot of harassment up in Blink, so Blink really has to rely on the fact that he maintains the high ground against that Sniper just so he doesn't get picked off and take a lot of Blink damage. Z's maxing out he's got 2 points up in the Whirling Death. He most likely will be looking to max that out. He's picked up his boots now, so very difficult for the tri-lane to kill him. However, with that nerf to his Timber Chain, so it can be interrupted. In this case, the only spell that can interrupt the Timber Chain is that Frostbite. Crystal Maiden going for 2 points in the Frost Nova. I'm unsure about this. She's taking a lot of damage. She could go down, and it looks like Blink's about to grab a kill, maybe. And no, he misses with the Timber Chain and decides wisely to back off. He hasn't picked up a Magic Stick yet. A bit surprised he hasn't done so, considering he's up against that Bristleback. He loves to throw out those quills. Over in the top lane, both the Kunkka and the Earthshaker wisely back off. Crystal Maiden pointing out how lucky he was that she was alive. Hugh Honey taking a lot of damage. Starfall was on cooldown, but it looks like Mirana should be able to take him out. Once arrow's off cooldown, he can just throw it out, use it to intersect and cut off his vision. No, decides Mirana's not going to chance it in case supports are rotating in. They could be TPing in to gank him. And backs off. Sniper lives to snipe another day. Picks up their regeneration rune, so she's more than happy with that trade. Harasses him out of the lane, forces him to play more defensive, and gets a regeneration rune out of the bargain. Timbersaw maxing out that Q. Whirling Death does so much damage, especially if you do hit a tree as it translates into pure damage. Currently hitting for about 200. That, if it's pure damage, that's about a third of Crystal Man's life. Throws out that arrow just to get a bit of vision. Has that regeneration rune, so she should be fine. Sniper has picked up level 5. We'll see if he goes for that third point up and take aim. Yeah, it looks like he's going to max out take aim. With that 1 point of shrapnel, in this case mostly to provide vision, as it's one of the huge benefits of shrapnel. You can use it to scout out. Over on the bottom lane, looks like Blinksey's taking a bit of damage. Throws out that Welling Death. Crystal Maiden's pretty low, but looks like Timbersaw's out of mana. He has picked up that 1, so he should be fine. With reactive armor, with that self, he should be able to heal on up. With that early sentry pickup from DDY, he is able to counteract any defensive wards to place in the top lane. Looks like he hasn't been forced to use them, so... Oh, never mind. Looks like Yoshi did use one to de-ward earlier. With the change to neutral creep EXP, you no longer want to ward off to block the pull. Instead, you want to ward exactly where that sentry ward is right now. Get vision of the supports rotating in from the side, so that way you always know when they're about to rotate to gank you. Can back off. If they're missing from there, and if the creep wave has spawned in the camp, you can assume that therefore they're rotating. Warn your mid lane player. Give him time to react. Timbersaw's almost got his arcane boots. Looks like Blink's about to get a kill. Excellent double Starstorm coming up from there. A full combination from Mirana with maxed out Starstorm and maxed out Arrow does almost as much damage as the tiny combination, as you've got 525 damage coming out from the double Starstorm, followed by up to 460 from that Arrows with that recent change. So Arrow adds an extra 100 damage based on how far it is, how far away you shoot it out from. With that Boots and Bottle, he should be picking up Phase Boots pretty soon. Sniper's gone for 2 Wraithband, gives him some good early cheap stats, enables him to outlast hit the Mirana. But with those 2 deaths is really detrimental. Kind of surprised to see that none of the supports have rotated in, or TP'd in to attempt to defend the Sniper. You'd think the Earthshaker could blink on in, and looks like Timbersaw gets a kill on the Crystal Maiden. That's that power coming out from that Chakram. Once he hits level 6, you gotta watch right the hell out. He can throw out that Chakram, Timber Chain up to you, Whirling Death, and you're dead, especially if you're that Crystal Maiden. She is oh so squishy, and against the Timbersaw with Boots, not an awful lot she could do. Ooh, bit of a lag spike there. And looks like a rotation coming in. Artemis is called out of position. Shadow Shaman will be able to follow up. Note inside, a bit of miscommunication there. They see the Torrent coming out from the Kunkka, back off. Torrent misses. Could have gone in for the Hex on the Kunkka, then the Shackle onto the Earthshaker. Done a little bit of damage, but they recognize that the Slark is out of position. He won't be able to get there in time to finish them off, and so conserve mana. Simply throw out a few right clicks and then back off. Snow with an invisibility rune and with that ult, very dangerous combination coming up from him now. He has picked up the Phase Boots. These are the preferred boots for a lot of players on the Mirana, as it gives you a bit more right click power, gives you a lot more chasing power in conjunction with that leap. And with Mirana, it's not so much about the fact that you're going to be standing there throwing out right clicks with treads. I mean, the tread switching is nice as you have a bottle, but Phase overall provides a lot more utility with that chasing power. Movement speed is a premium in Dota 2 at the moment, and it looks like a smoke rotation coming into the middle lane. Ancient Apparition and Shadow Shaman, they're that killer duo. Slark has picked up an early Midas about 7.5 minutes into the game, placing a ward over into the Ancients just to provide a lot of vision. This is the great offensive ward in this case for the Dire side, as it prevents them from utilizing the farm of the Ancients. Lands an arrow on Hugh Honey. Great play there by Snow. With that Chilling Touch and with that Starstorm, Hex is also thrown out. He goes down to the secondary Starstorm. Great rotation. Sniper's probably feeling a little bit frustrated right now. No rotations coming out from either of his support players. Earthshaker is out of mana, so he couldn't TP even if he wanted to. And Crystal Maiden, not an awful lot she could do in that case, has chosen to skip the Arcane Aura. I'm not a big fan of this decision. Frostbite doesn't scale all too well, only goes up by about an extra half second with every level, so you usually just want to keep it at level 1. It still lasts for 10 seconds on each level on neutral creeps, so you can use that to farm. You want that point up in the Arcana, especially if you have someone like a Bristleback who's always going to be throwing out those Quill Sprays, as 1.5 mana regeneration per second at level 1 is no joke. Very effective 1-point wonder.
That's not gonna hold.
Blinksey doing a bit of harassment there over in the Bristleback. He's taken that damage. Looks like he's going in. Gets hit by that Frostblade. Instantly kills the Crystal Maiden. Can turn around and potentially kill the Bristleback. And there you go. With that Timber Chain and with that Whirling Death, he goes down. Excellent play by Blinksey. Recognizing that that with all these trees around, he's doing pure damage. He can kill the Bristleback before you get that last Quill Spray off. And Vic Vinegar saying that Blink OP, not too sure if I agree with that so far, but from the look of this game, could be right. Over in terms of net worth, we see Mirana lead the board at 3,700. So we'll see if she chooses to go for perhaps the drums. Phase drums is an excellent combination, especially in the Mirana. It gives her everything she needs. She needs a little bit more HP in case she gets called out of position. Gives her more damage, gives her more mana. She could choose to go for the Manta if she goes for that carry build. Hell, she could even choose to forego that completely and just opt for a very fast Desolator with that great start that she's been having. Mirana with a Desolator is extremely terrifying, as she has great time on target with the fact that she has 600 range, she has that leap, she has those phase boots, looks like she's caught out of position, leaps through the Frostbite, he's only doing a bit more damage, he knows that if she gets below 299 HP, he can use that Assassinate to finish her off. But with that leap, Frostbite is unable to lock her in place. Artemis is caught out of position, Pounce misses, he throws out the Fissure, but with that Pounce he's able to purge it off, and he might just go down to right clicks. Shadow Dance has popped, going on Naughty North, he can dive that tower, he's completely invulnerable to all forms of damage right now. Pounces again, gets that Pounce, and with that torrent coming out, he might be alive. Yeah, Flash is forced to back off. Earthshaker gets a kill on the Ancient Apparition, he's tanked a little bit too much tower damage. Looks like they're pinging him out, so Sniper's going to move in, see if he can get that ult off. Throws out that Shrapnel to give vision, he gets that ult, and that looks like a kill for Slark. Apologize for the ping, for the spikes. Not too sure what's happening on my internet at the moment. One of the reasons why Sniper's Assassinate... Oh, quick action happening there. Frostbite followed by the Crystal Nova. Crystal Nova misses. Snow is able to leap out, recognizing that Frostbite doesn't prevent spell usage. So Sniper choosing to max out Shrapnel as a secondary ability gives him a lot of early fighting power, early push power. Looks like he's going for that phase boots. Recommended item choice on the Sniper, as he's all about that mobility. If you get caught out of position, you will go down. Runner ult thrown out. Not too sure if Earthshaker spotted that out, but he throws out that Fissure, so he knows something's up. He could have perhaps been going for the creeps. Arrow lands over in the back and the Bristleback. He's got that 1 point up in the Bristleback, so he's going to be fine with that. Looks like he's going down to the Pounce damage, coupled with the double Starstorm. Vic Vinegar eats the Starstorm to the face, taking a lot of damage. We see that power, that Chilling Touch right now. Almost dies to the illusions. Earthshaker shackled up, taking damage, throws out that Fissure, cutting them off. And with that arrow flying out, oh, actually, Sniper tanks the arrow for him, goes down to this Pounce from Slark, and Ancient Apparition gets that final hit in. Great engagement from Blink, 3-for-0 trade there. Bit of Snack Talk flying out, half ate that arrow to the face, maybe he was trying to bodyguard and catch him around that arrow for you. Not quite a grenade, but we'll see what we can do. Flash over in the top lane with that Midas. Midas is a great pickup on Slark because he has very low agility gain, as he relies predominantly on Essence Shift, so attack speed enables him to carry, especially with the fact that Essence Shift gives him 3 agility every time he hits somebody. So the more attacks he could get off in a short amount of time, especially with Shadow Dance giving him 5.5 seconds of invulnerability, not only does he taking away stats from the enemy, but he's also gaining more damage. A bit of engagement happening. Snow eats 3 nasal goes to the face, eating a few quills. With Leap on cooldown, looks like he is going to go down to this. Never mind. Bristleback decides wisely to back off, throws out an arrow. Arrow misses. First arrow missed so far. No, secondary arrow that's missed. Yoshi's called out of position. He's going to be a sacrificial lamb. He's happy with that. He says, hey, Snow, you get the hell out of there. You earned this. Shadow Shaman running back out. Chilling Touch is about to wear off on him. Use the wards to take down the tower in the meantime. That's one of the advantages of Shadow Shaman as a tri-lane hero. Unlike Lion, who does have that superior 2.5 second level 1 Hex, Shadow Shaman offers a hell of a lot more push power. Finger of Death is nice, but you can't push down a tower with it. You can't Finger a tower to death. You can, however, take it out with Serpent Wards. Sniper has the phase boots up. Another smoke picked up over an Ancient Apparition. Looks like Mirana has gone for that Yasha, so it could just be a casual Yasha just to give her the movement speed and the attack damage. It's a very cost-effective pickup. Throws out that arrow just for a bit of scouting. Hits Sniper in the face. He hasn't been having too great of a game. Looks like he can actually go in for this. Vic Vinegar's hanging around. No, the double Starstorm can't happen. And it could be a bit of overcommitment if he gets one more hit in. Yeah, with that Assassinate, unless he bottles or uses... There we go. Uses the one, recognizing that at below 299 HP, level 1 Assassinate will bring him down. Arrow flies out. Z jumps in, throws out the Chakram, throws out the Welling Death. Instantly kills the Sniper. Ether Shock flies out. Crystal Man's going to go down to that Chilling Touch damage. Artemis throws out the Enchant Totem, is shackled. Eats an Ice Blast to the face. Ancient Apparition is wrecking face, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not good for the region.
Just to do a quick golden EXP check, in terms of EXP, we've got a 10,000 EXP lead in favor of the Dire side. In terms of gold, over 10,000, so it looks like Blink are in a dominating lead. They love this early aggression, they love to utilize the Ancient Apparition in their tri-lane. That Chilling Touch hurts so very much. I'm surprised no one's choosing to respect Bandit out of fear for what they could do. We've seen this happen before. We see the Serpent Wards thrown down, so they're committing to that Tattoo push. Fortification is down. They throw out the torrent. It catches DDY and Snow. Fish is thrown out, and that JFK Assassinate does bring down Snow. Great play there. Chilling Touch thrown out. Z turns around and says, hey, fuck you, I do more damage than you. Turns around with that Whirling Death there. With that Ice Blast, brings them down. Torrent lands on 2. Yoshi's going to go down. No, never mind. Hex saves and Shackle turns around. Z turns around once again, throws out that Whirling Death. As well as that Chakram. Tidebringer brings down both of them. Kunkka is very happy with that. Bit of a costly engagement for both fights. Paddy's comes out in the end as they end a lot of sprees. They get a lot of gold. They get 4 for 3. They're more than happy to trade their lives away for that. Kunkka has picked up level 6, so he has his ghost boat now. We'll see if he lands some boats or if he goes for the occasional fail boat. We see he's gone for that conventional build. He's gone for 4 points up in Tidebringer, maxing out the torrent, choosing not to go X-Master spot until he absolutely has to. We'll see what IMC chooses to go for this. Another smoke picked up on Shadow Shaman. Blink Dagger picked up on Earthshaker. It's a very fast blink for a support hero. He does not have boots, but with Earthshaker, boots aren't necessarily core just because of the fact that you have such high initiation range with that fissure. As long as you have a blink to be able to get those fissure blocks off, you should be fine. Hazer is spawning in the top lane. Don't think they know that, but Snow's just going to go for a blind check. That ward just ran out. He pinned it out, so I think he knows what's going on. And Bloodstone, we have a 15-minute Bloodstone picked up by Timbersaw. Z is having an absolute ball of the game. He's got 8 charges already. With that 2 points up in reactive armor, with maxed out Welling Death, Timber Chain, and that level 2 Chakram, he is an absolute terror to the support players, as well as that Sniper of Paddy's. Sniper's going for drums. Great pickup on Sniper. Phase drums, an excellent combination on a lot of heroes. It gives you everything you need, that chasing power, especially with that maxed out take aim, and with that ult. We'll see what item he chooses to go for next. In this case, as he's eating a lot of magic damage to the face, I would like to see a BKB. However, with the Earthshaker, he can play a bit more aggressive with that. Earthshaker can bodyguard Sniper very well by throwing out his fishes, by telling everyone to get the hell back, buying him that space he needs. Looks like Kunkka has picked up a wand. He most likely will be going for that Shadow Blade. Shrapnel thrown out, scouting it out, doing a little bit of harassment over in DDY. Kunkka wisely retreats. Earthshaker's hanging around. Sentry ward drop, just in case.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days.
And Shadow Shaman with that Staff of Wizardry pickup. Looks like he's going for that 4-staff. If he was going for that Aghanim Scepter, which is a great pickup on the Shadow Shaman, he would have started with that point booster. Yoshi eats a JFK assassinate to the face. Looks like he should TP home. He doesn't want to eat another one. Yeah, looks like he's just doing just that. Snow's hanging around. Z using the Chakram to clear out trees, giving them a bit more vision, especially from the high ground. Makes it easier for Snow to see who's coming in, throw out those arrows. See if he can initiate with an arrow. Throws out a scouting arrow. Doesn't hit anybody, but gives them vision. They know that all 5 players are there. Ice Blast throws out. Players from the Radiant side are clumped out. It's a 4-man Ice Blast. If they chose to engage right now, it'll be a very tricky situation for the Radiant side, as even if they had a mech, which they don't, they're unable to use it. Biggest advantage of the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast is that disables all regen. We have the Ghost Boat flying out. Serpent Ward to drop. But it looks like beyond that, there's nothing I can do. Slark coming in from the back end.
It's not gonna hold.
Kills the Crystal Maiden. She actually dropped her ult for that, but Slark with the Shadow Dance and with that Shadow Blade doesn't give a shit. He could use Shadow Blade to initiate, Shadow Dance to get the fuck out.
Swifter than ever.
With that Treads, with that Pounce and Dark Pact combination, this is one of the reasons why Slark's going to get picked up, is he has 580 magic damage burst combination coming out every few seconds. Even without, if you take out the right clip, it's a lot of magic damage coming out for a hero that can carry and gank at the same time. Sniper's going to farm the wards, he's tanking a bit of damage, he's just going to outrange them, plink away, say, hey, thanks for the gold. He should have his drums up shortly. That's one of the drawbacks to the Serpent wards. You never want to feed them away, just like the Visage Familiars, just like the Venomancer wards. If you can avoid feeding gold, always avoid doing so. Toboggan hanging around. Once again, we see the case of building treads but opting for the Gloves of Haste first. Not too sure how I feel about this, as you need survivability. Attack speed is going to matter for shit if you're dead. Blixie jumps in with that secondary Timber Chain, kills the Earthshaker. Earthshaker hasn't had a great game so far. Pounce coupled with the Dark Pact as well as the Whirling Death. Uses Shadow Dance to dive, and looks like they're going to dive once again. Chakram's coming up in a second, gets a kill, has that Whirling Death combination. Flash dives a bit too far, he recognizes that, hey, this isn't my base, I can't dive 2 towers. Timbersaw attempts to disjoint the JFK assassinate with a Timber Chain, but Timber Chain is not a disjoint. Throws in the Chakram, says, hey, if you want to chase me, I can do this, I have Whirling Death. You're a strength melee hero, I will kill your ass. Get the hell back, you don't know me like that. Sniper's hanging around, gets that assassinate out, eats the Chakram to the face, so it looks like Snow's going to kill him off with that Starstorm. Great recognition from Timbersaw, recognizing that with that assassinate debuff on him, he knows he's going to die regardless, so why not turn around? Why not make it full a 1-for-1? He's actually already respawned. He's picked up a Blink Dagger. Extremely brutal pickup on the Timbersaw. It means you can blink up to the support players like the Crystal Maiden, get that Whirling Death off, get that Chakram off, and then kill them with the Timber Chain on the way out. Brutal, nasty combination. 15,000 EXP lead for Team Blink and 50,000 gold lead in terms of net worth. We see that the top 3 players are on the dire side. We've got Timbersaw leading the way at about 8,860 with that Bloodstone, with that Blink Dagger pickup. Especially with the recent buff to Blink Dagger, so it no longer costs mana. Rushing Blink Dagger like that Earthshaker did is a perfectly viable option, as especially with Earthshaker, mana is an absolute premium. You always want to make sure you have enough mana to throw out your Fissure, and possibly to follow up with that Echo Slam if the opportunity presents itself. With the fact that Blink Dagger no longer costs 75 mana, you can do that just with your natural mana growth. He'll be most likely going for that Arcane Boot. Snow's popped that Invisibility Rune. Eating the Bottle Charge. He's hanging around. 3.4k. Not too sure what enemy he can go for. He can go for that Mantis Style. He can go for that Desolator. And there we go. We see that Blink Dagger in action. Switches targets. Decides to go on that Earthshaker. And Artemis goes down once again. Nothing he can do against that combination. Doing a bit of harassment damage. Shackle coming in with that 4-star. Torrent is going to hit him. Couple with the Ghost Boat. And looks like he survived. Crystal Maiden throws out the Freezing Field just in case they decide to chase. DD just misses with that Ward Trap, throws out the wards defensively. Toboggan eating a lot of damage. He's not going to get frozen with that Cold Feet. That's one of the drawbacks of the Cold Feet. He actually traps Blink Z in, but with that Timber Chain, with that Blink Dagger, he's more than happy with that. He could just say, hey, whatever. Mistakes happen, I could jet on out of there. Kunkka looks like he's going for a crit without going for the Shadow Blade. I'm not too sure how I feel about the sudden pickup. The reason why you want to go for that Shadow Blade over in the Kunkka is the fact that it gives a guaranteed 150 damage. With Tidebringer, that's 210 damage getting off from that first hit. It will hit the entire team. With crit, not only is Kunkka very squishy with low armor, it relies entirely on his HP pool. The fact that you have to run up and hit the wave. If the crit doesn't go off, you've just wasted 2,150 gold on something that provides no survivability, no utility, and no ganking power. That raw amount of damage is going to help you if you're dead. Number one rule of Dota, you can't do damage if you're dead. Doesn't matter how high your deeps is. If they focus you down, if you've got no way of surviving to deal that damage, you might as well be a glorified creep. They're going to take that Tattoo Tower for free. No defense there from the Radiant side with Earthshaker down. Without that Fissure and Echo Slam, nothing they can do. Throws out the Shrapnels for a bit of vision as well as harassment. But other than that, that's about it. Snow is hanging around. He's got 4.6k. This is a very rich Mirana. Had a fantastic game. 6-1 for 4. Landed almost all of his arrows so far. Got off to a dominating start against that sniper. Had those early rotations coming in. Timbersaw's picked up Boots of Travels, so you're no longer safe wherever you go. With Boots of Travels, with Blink Dagger, if he can see you on the map, he can TP to a creep, blink on you, go on you with his combination. Bristleback looks like he's going for that Mechanism. Only has the headdress right now though. Snow has opted for that Desolator. Very great pickup in the Mirana, as the only drawback she has, aside from, is the fact that she has low base damage. She's got excellent time on target with that leap, with the high mobility coming out from the phase boots and the Yasha. Throws out Guru over on Slark, but he's perfectly okay with that. He's picked up a Yasha, so it could be an SNY pickup on the Slark. Mantis Style doesn't really offer all too much to the Slark. And the movement speed from Yasha is nice, especially in conjunction with that Shadow Dance, and the extra stats from the Sage and the SNY makes it a pretty cost-effective pickup. Doing an awful lot of damage with that high attack speed, Essence shifting like a motherfucker, 0.6 attacks per second. It's about 2 attacks per second. That's a lot of stats he's draining. That's 6 agility he gets per second when he's allowed to hit people uninterrupted. Ice Blast hits, clips the Crystal Maiden. She's caught out of position, gets hit by the Slark with the Shadow Blade, throws out the Freezing Field. Not too much she can do. Pounce going in. Toboggan designed the man fight, but with that Shadow Dance and with that Pounce, not too much she can do. Snow taking a bit of damage, but disjointing the majority of it with that invisibility. That's another Tattoo Tower going down. Dire in a dominating position in the map right now. We see that Paddy's team are hanging around, hugging that towers, and even then, that's not helping them. They're grouping up now. With that sniper down, Snow knows he doesn't have to watch out for that JFK Assassinate. With that urn, he should be fine. We see that all 5 players on the Dire side actually have the top net worth. When the 5 positions have more farm than your mid lane and your carry, you know something's a bit fucked with the game. Surfer was thrown out. Echo Slam blown out by Artemis. He's got sacrifice of life though. No follow-up for his team. He harasses them, but other than that, not too much he can do. Vic Vinegar throws out the Frostbite. Slark pops his Shadow Blade. Looks like it's a kill over the Crystal Maiden. He's shackled up. Goes down. Chilling Touch is thrown out. JFK Assassinate goes out in Flash, but with that Shadow Dance regeneration, he's just going to back off. And with that urn, he'll be back in the fight. Could have used it to kill off Snow, but Snow wisely backs off. Yoshi taking a lot of damage. Point blank arrow. Dies to the Kunkka boat. Good turnaround from Team Radiant. Bristleback rage buybacks. No reason than that other than by rage. I mean, they could. I think they could defend the tower with Snow on such low HP. Uses that leap to disjoint the ult. Great play there. Leap does provide 0.01 seconds of windwalk, and you can use that to disjoint abilities. Throws out the arrow, but Timbersaw's caught out with that Fissure. Great Fissure coming out from Artemis. And Dire decide, hey, let's back off. Let's stop throwing. We're already ahead. Let's keep going ahead. Slark has 4.9k HP. He could go for that BKB. He's gone for a Cranial Basher instead. Gives him another form of lockdown beyond that pounce. Bit surprising he's gone for that casual Yasha, but 31% attack speed coupled with the movement speed is more than enough reason to go for it. SNY is an okay pickup. It gives you a little bit of everything you need. And what's the longest game ODL so far? I think the longest game Team Blink has, yeah, it's 24 minutes, so this is officially the longest game. Very surprised the Radiant side have held out despite the punishment they're receiving from Dire. But that could just be more stubbornness. Throws out the Chakra, does a bit of damage over the Sniper. Blinktaker goes out, tried to go in with the Enchant Totem, but Blink Z wisely Timber Chains out in time. Torrent misses. He's hanging around, he's taunting them, he knows he can't die. They're pinging out Roshan. Looks like they're going to go Roshan before they go for the high ground. And Lowell, he has gone SNY and Cranium Basher, so he's going to have his cake and bash it too. BKB would be nice against this pickup, but I think with the Dark Pact, he's more than happy with that, as he knows that the only reliable stun that the Radiant side have, is that Fissure. And Earthshaker has a very long cast point, it's about 0.6, so you can always see him waving his totem around. Can pop that Q with if he's got fast enough fingers. Use that Dark Pact to purge our spells. Frostbite isn't a hard CC, so you can just Dark Pact out of that one. And with that Shadow Dance, he knows he's not going to get burst down by the amount of magic damage, so why not go for a bit of damage. Ancient Apparition has picked up a mech very late, 25 minutes in, but it hasn't been too much of an issue so far. These fights have been very fast and very brutal. Blink is always initiating, making sure they can output enough damage to kill the primary threats before they come online. Hex coupled with the Shackle, and looks like it's going to be a free Roshan. There's no way Paddy's can defend this. They can use the Sniper Shrapnel to scout it out, but with that Mirana ult, with the lack of sentries over the Radiant side, they know that it's better just to hang around, get a bit of fun while they can. They're pinging it out, they know something's up. It's a little bit too quiet, all quiet over in the Dota front. Mirana doing a bit of farm over in the top lane. With that Desolator pickup, we'll see if she chooses to go for that Manta style. She's got an item flying out to her right now. And looks like a Chrysalis, so Mirana's just going for pure damage. She knows that she doesn't really need too much survivability. She can always opt for the Manta style later on. She just wants to right-click people down. And looks like the Dire side are grouping up for a push. They're spreading out throughout the jungle. Excellent offensive ward placement there. There is no way that it's safe for the Radiant side. They haven't warded up the Ancients, but the Ancients is pretty exposed with that mid and top lane tower going down. So they know that if they jump into the jungle, which a lot of players like to do when the map is, when they don't have vision of the enemy team, especially in public games, they know that wherever they go, they're not safe. Scouting out right now, doing a bit of a split push, pushing all three lanes at the same time. Z knows that he's fine. He's got that Blink Dagger, he's got that Timber Chain, and wow! Fast kill over and flash, didn't even know what was happening, jumped in, sees the Crystal Maiden, uses that Shadow Blade to initiate, gets that first hit, pounces, pops that Dark Pact in case she turns around with that Frostbite, and then jumps away with the kill. Great play coming out there from the Slark, really showing why Blink like to ban him. They know what he's capable of. They know how annoying he is to deal with, especially with the fact that he also provides a lot of map control. Whenever your Shadow Dance is off cooldown, you can ping to your support, say, hey, there's a ward around here, get some sentries, counteract this. If you get a gem, you always know where the vision is. Deny them a vision, slowly strangle them a farm. Looks like that's what the Dire side's doing. They know that Paddy's is restricted completely to their base, getting a very little farm, very little EXP, while they can farm all three lanes at the same time. Do a bit of split push, arrow thrown out to scout. Nobody there. Flash deciding to jump on in with that Shadow Blade. Catches out the Crystal Maiden once again. Echo Slam comes out, followed by the Fissure. Looks like Snow might go down. No, leaps to destroy the last tower hit. Good play there by Snow. Shadow Dance forced out by Flash. He's more than happy with that. He's got one kill so far. He has that Aegis the Immortal, so if he does go down, not the end of the world. Looks like he's going to pop that Aegis. And that JFK Assassinate is going to finish off Artemis. He actually blinks into it. Bit of a misplay there, but I think he saw that was coming out, and he thought they might be able to dodge it by blinking, but instead blinks right on top of it. Mirana ult thrown out, giving them the initiation advantage. Bristleback eats a lot of damage, gets hit out by that Slark pounce, and goes down. DDY throws out wards into the fountain. These are fountain farming wards, ladies and gentlemen. How often do you see this? Shackle right outside the fountain, and goes down to the Timbersaw Wailing Death, and that looks like game, folks. They've broken high ground, they're taking their first lane of racks. Everyone on the Radiant side is down, apart from that Crystal Maiden who died early in the fight, but respawned. So they can go for the Juggler right now. They could go for transition over to the mid lane with that Desolator with the high amount of damage coming out. With the fact that all five heroes on the Dire side are at full HP, they can push them on the towers. Artemis blinks in, throws out that Fissure. Just a final fuck you, throws out an arrow to get vision. Arrow misses. Blink actually hits that Crystal Maiden. Flash is on the godlike spree. Someone please kill him. And looks like just going to move over and take the middle lane. 14 for 40. Great play over by team. Blink really showcasing once again why you should ban Ancient Apparition against this team.
Radiant's middle tower.
Artem is saying that he won't bend the knee, so instead he'll eat an arrow to the face and get hit by that Shiva's guard. Winter is coming, folks. Mid lane's going down, and that looks like Megas. There's no way the Radiant side can defend against this. They do have their ults up, but the Dire side's so far ahead at this point that even they can afford to throw out Serpent Wards just to farm the jungle. Sorry, to farm the fountain. Great Ghost Boat, right at the choke point. Flash might actually go down. Yeah, he goes down. Good play. Sniper finally ends up with the JFK assassinate. Blink being a little bit cheeky. Fountain farming. You see Timbersaw chaining across the fountain saying, "Hey, look at me. I got 17 charges."
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Arrow thrown out once again just to give a bit of vision. Bristleback's hanging around. He's trying to defend the tier 4. They might decide to disregard the top laner racks. Just go for the game end right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Slark has wall boots of travel, so he just jumps right back in. Sees the Earthshaker, but Earthshaker blinks out in time. Earthshaker still doesn't have boots. He went for the energy booster instead. With that blink dagger, that's fair enough. He doesn't necessarily need the movement speed from boots. He does need the mana and the sustainability from the arcane boots. And there you go. Radiant side having a bit of fun with it. They're the longest lasting team so far, just by sheer stubbornness. Echo Slam followed by the Fisher. Gets called out by the Pounce with the Dark Pact, and with that Chakram goes down. Crystal Maiden throws out the dust. But other than that, there's not all too much she can do. Gets called out by the Timbersaw. Blinks in, chain, throws out that Chakram. And that JFK Ice Blast is going to finish him. Flash goes down, getting a bit too greedy. We're seeing some blink throws, but the creep wave is pushing down tier 4. Snow gets an excellent 360 MLG arrow snipe. Finishing off the Crystal Maiden. Hasn't been Crystal Maiden's game. We've seen this recently. Whenever it's a Crystal Maiden first pick, she never seems to do it too effectively. Mostly in the fact in this case that it was 2-1-2. They really needed a tri-lane to. They needed to avoid that tri-lane as they knew they could never win. Especially with that Ancient Apparition. With that Urn and with that Magic Wand, Snow should be fine. He has the mechanism just in case. He's going to turn around, throw out an arrow. Turn around on that Bristleback. Bristleback says, "Oh shit, you have a Daedalus, this is a bit too much." Ancient Apparition has 2 blink daggers, so bit of BM coming out the item pickup. Blinks the initiates onto, jumps in with the Whirling Death, with that Chakram, with that Shivas. 1 hit coming up from Snow. Godlike spree. That's 2 godlike sprees over on the Dire side. Blinks in with that Whirling Death, takes that kill, has a Reaver. Level 3 Necrobic, instant bought by their 5 position Shadow Shaman. Dire side really in the commanding lead of the game, and that looks like this is finally going to be a game. Great play coming out there from Snow. He's had an excellent run of the game. Good rotation coming out, especially from Yoshi and DDY. They recognize that Sniper is a very squishy melee ranged hero in the middle lane. The best way to shut him down isn't to bully him in the lane, but simply to go on him, kill him, lock him down, enable the Mirana area to land with that shackle, and to follow through. And so that's game 1. Just going to take a quick pause, jump into the lobby for game 2, and I'll be right with you.